My name's Bethany Rose Bradshaw. I am 21 years old, studying fashion design at LJMU. I'm in my third year now, so I'm graduating soon. And I'm from Poulton, which is near Blackpool.
So for people who don't know you,
yeah,
describe yourself just like.
Very, very outgoing and bubbly and crazy and impulsive, probably. I've always been interested in art and crafts and everything since I can remember, but fashion probably in college, because that was the first chance I've had to actually study the course.
Yeah.
So since then I knew straight away I wanted to go into fashion design. So since I started from first year to now, it's been extremely challenging. Like, you wouldn't believe. It's harder than you ever imagine. But then looking back, first year was so easy, and it's just constantly getting tough, but it's a constructive criticism kind of course. You have to take things on the chin and you have to work that in your favour. And it's made me realise where I stand in fashion, so I want to do menswear, streetwear, and it just teaches you where you stand in the industry. Personally, I'm high one day, then I'm low the next, but you don't have time to let yourself get worked up, so you have to just work on it and keep going, and the sadness or the stress will eventually make an amazing project. I think the pressure gets too much, but that's the preparing you for the industry. This is nothing compared to what the industry will be like. You have to work to time schedules, deadlines constantly, and here if you do struggle you can probably they can work around you, but in the industry it is what it is. So they're just preparing you for that, and yeah. The tutors they're amazing, they really, really work hard for each person, but some might need to not look at us as a whole. They need to start looking at us like more subjectively, I think that's the word. And for example, some people, if they knock them and give them this criticism, they can work amazingly from that. But whereas someone like me, if I get knocked when I'm already feeling under pressure, that'll be it. I'll go home, I won't be able to deal with it, and it'll take me a long time to push myself back and do my work again. So I just feel like they should maybe communicate with each person a little bit differently and understand how they handle this course and what advice they could give to the student to help them in their own personal ways. Because I think the support you get is brilliant, because when you do finally tell them, the support's amazing, but it's not that easy to tell them that you might not be okay with everything. I don't think it needs to be so tough. I just think it has to be tough. You have to stay in line. You can't step out of line. You have to be on the ball. You have to know what's in. You have to know what people want. But it'd be good if it was just a bit more like breezy, if you know what I mean. Like, let it be. But some people are. Some designers are. Some aren't. Some like it what they want. So I guess it's just a difference of opinion. I don't know really. Oh God. I would just say that I think it depends on different people. I've said to some people, they go, oh well, fashion design is just cutting and sticking, isn't it? And you think, oh, how dare you? But then you say it to other people and they go, that's absolutely brilliant, because fashion is just, like, what isn't fashion? Fashion is everything. It's never, ever, ever, ever gonna stop. Like, there's trends that will come back 30 years later. There's trends that will never leave. It's just an ongoing thing. It's just never, ever gonna stop. So I say that to people, I say, well, I'm just, what are you wearing? It's fashion. And I'm just, with what I'm doing on my course, I'm just taking my ideas from that and creating something. But I create things that will raise awareness rather than just a nice top. I'll make my garments really meaningful, and when I tell people that, they are genuinely interested and they think it's brilliant that I'm doing that. I'd like to just succeed in fashion, whatever it is. I've always thought about starting my own brand, which would be great, but I'd love to work for a big company. I'd love to move to London or Manchester and work for somebody, being a menswear designer and having my designs mixed with theirs and see what we can create, because I'd love the idea of my own brand, but I'm just not sure yet on that, but I think it'll come to me as time goes. Put your stress into your work, because oh my God, it pays off. Like, have your days, take time, go to bed if you need to be in bed, go to bed early, sleep well, don't be doing these stupid nights even though you'll need to, and just put yourself first, and put your fashion not second, but mental health is the first thing. And then once you've realised you can put yourself first, that'll benefit the work. Because if you're doing your work when you're not in the right headspace, it's not going to be what you can do. It's going to be a worse version of what you're capable of. So put yourself first, think about yourself, and then when you're finally ready to get up and do it, you will create something incredible. Because of my personality, I'm not quiet about things. I mean, when I have these meltdowns, they don't really know about it, but because when I come in, that's it. They've told me I bring certain energies to the studios because I just don't let things, I don't hide things, how I'm feeling. If I'm sad, I'll cry. If I'm so happy, I'm so happy. So I find it easy to talk to them, but a lot of people wouldn't because they're not like me. Because I am quite out there and like so up and down. So I think my relationship with the tutors is good because I can relate to them. I can put myself on their level and have banter. I can have banter with them and have a good chat with them, and it's not like school. It's not they're my authority. It's like they're my friend and they're helping me through this degree. My experience with mental health is very first hand. My uncle committed suicide. It runs in the family really. We all do have some sort of mental health problems in some way. And then obviously myself, I have been like this for years and years. But it was just till now, third year, I finally had something done about it. And because of that, it's just, I've got a completely different view on things, and people need to just be a little bit more careful in what they say. When you say I'm going to kill myself because of stress, you can't expect everybody else to understand that that's so personal to somebody. So I've got a lot of experience with it firsthand.
When did your uncle commit suicide?
It was March 2018, so just over a year ago. It's completely shattered the family. Although we're so strong, it's like kick one of us, we all limp. We're just a close-knit family, so it's weird. It was such a shock to the system because we knew he was a bit of a lone wolf kind of man, but we've never experienced something so bad in our personal experience. So it shattered us as a family. We still struggle every day, but it's something we're learning to live with, and it's made me feel like I have these mental health problems, but I know I can get through it for my family. Yeah, so my project's literally called 12 because 12 men a day in the UK commit suicide, so 84 men a week. So I've called my project 12, and it's all about men's suicide awareness in the UK specifically. Okay. So yeah, it's all for my uncle, just to get it out there. So I'm doing a malfunctioned range because when you've got these mental health issues, you're malfunctioned in the brain. And so I thought, right, I'm going to do puff coats because I love men's outerwear. It's brilliant, I love it. And then I thought puff coats because it's right on my street, but I'm going to do them all malfunctioned. So each part of the coat represents the malfunction. So when you undo the zip, you can't actually get into the coat properly. And I've done the PVC and feathers because I did the blue because it's the colour of the suicide awareness band. And I did this to show the insides of the coat, and although it's a malfunction because you don't usually see the inside of the coat, it's to basically show that men need to we should break the stigma about this mental health thing, and I want them to be able to show their insides and show how they really feel before it gets too far. So that's why I've done this see-through kind of effect. Yeah, 100%. I've had my issues since I was about 13. But at that age, it's high school. I think most kids actually do think, oh, maybe I'm depressed, or because it does get hard in school. But I've always known I weren't quite there. But it was literally a few months ago I decided to go to the doctors, sort something out about it, get myself sorted, and it is because of my uncle. I think it must be because when he did pass away, me and my brother said it's made us realise this is not okay, and we wouldn't do that. We couldn't do that to our family because when somebody does commit suicide, it's sad, but it's so you get so angry and you have so many questions about it, and I know I wouldn't want to ever make somebody feel like that.
Yeah.
So it gave me a massive kick up the arse, and I've sorted myself out, and for him really. I wonder, he lived away from us, he had a house, he had a family, but I think when somebody wants to do that and they know they're doing that, it's hard to stop them. I don't think there's anything we could have done, but you just never know. You never know. I don't know. There's a lot. I'd ask him if he wishes he was still here, but I think I know in my heart that he's in the right place. And I think I'd just like to say, are you proud of me, even though I know he is? Because he came to this uni, he came to Liverpool, and he graduated. I think he graduated anyway, I hope he did. But he came here and he studied in Liverpool, he studied art, and I feel like I just want to say, look at me, I'm doing what you did, and I'm doing it all for you. And I don't know. It's a difficult question, that, but yeah, just
that's good.
I'm doing it for you. I just want to say I'm doing this for you, and I love you, and I'm glad he is where he wants to be. Because there is a lot of help. There is. It needs to be, like when people say break the stigma and things, we do need to. But I think people are now. I think people are trying to, and I think this whole mindset of taking the mick out of somebody who is depressed is quite old school now. I don't really think people do that as much. Maybe in high schools and things, or like, do you know what I mean? But I think, to be fair, people are more aware of it now, and they're not quite as blindsided about the whole idea. But I do think it's down to the individual person to notice your issues and work on them yourself, because there is help, but it's telling yourself you have to get the help, and once you reach for it, it is there. The only thing is the counselling back at home, it's months waiting list. That's the problem. There's only so much somebody can do, because they are offering it. I mean, they should, like we saw in the Parliament the other day. What was the 11 MPs, was it, that showed up to discuss mental health in the UK and how we can help? 11 of them showed up. That is not okay. There should be so many more people there discussing, like when we're talking about these rates, 12 men a single day, and there was 11 or something MPs showing up to sort this out. Like, that's not acceptable. It needs to be. In that sense, something needs to be done. There needs to be more happening. It's because mental health issues turn physical. Like, you might, I know it's awful, but when you're so bad in your head, you can self-harm, and that then turns physical. Or you physically just can't get out of bed, you physically can't do things. And it's weird because you want to get out of bed, you want to do these things, and you physically can't. So it's weird that it's not treated the same as, for example, breaking your leg, when it should be, because you might have these mental thoughts and run out and purposely break your leg. Do you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So it just needs to be treated equally. So yesterday I had, like we were talking about the tutors and everything before, I made this, and then I came in and they just gave me the constructive criticism that I needed. But because of the headspace I was in, it knocked me back. Went home and I was just like deflated. Just wanted to stay in bed, sleep. And then today I woke up and it just felt the same. I was mentally exhausted. And with mental health issues, you literally can get exhaustion. You're fighting your own battles, and you're getting up every day to constantly try and do everything. And I was just exhausted. I was absolutely knackered. I needed to, I laid in bed. Couldn't sleep last night, obviously because of the tablets I'm on personally. They affect your sleep. So then you're not sleeping at night, and you need to sleep in the day, and then it just messes up your whole routine. So this morning I woke up and I was like, I actually couldn't even get up. And then I just thought, you know what, no. And I thought about you needing this interview. So I thought, you know what, no, it's not all about me. And I thought, I'm gonna get up, help a friend out, and get some work done and just sort myself out. But if you can't tell yourself that, then it's hard. Like, I'm always anxious, but kind of relieved as well. I don't know how them two things can work together, but they do. And I just felt kind of like, oh, I'm out. That's at least a start. And just I felt like I'll just do things as they come now. Take my time. Don't stress myself out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard question. My coping mechanism is probably just sitting with my friends. It's one of the simplest things, but when I struggle, I lie in bed and don't move and shut myself out and can't eat. But then as soon as I sit